oh crap, like we didn't do this, we didn't get this done. So really just taking a step back and prioritizing those tasks and figuring out what needs to be done now, what can I push till later, and sticking to that is what's going to help.
Absolutely. So what I find is, and I literally just went live on YouTube as you were talking, okay? So
Clubhouse got the first gem, so
they
YouTube, y'all
got
get
all
the
the gems, honey. They got all the gems. Welcome to the mic drop. This is our first installment. We are talking to the creatress, Saidah Murphy, and we are talking about content creation, which sometimes can be the devil for a lot of entrepreneurs. For me, I love content creation. I can whip out a video really quickly. I can work on a slide really quickly. Like it comes natural to me. I can get stuck there all day creating, and not doing the other things. But I find that my clients not so much. So inside of the Mic Drop series, we have this amazing bonus bundle that we are giving to each and every person who wants it for free. The link is inside of the description of this video if you're watching us live. And if you're inside of Clubhouse, definitely click the link above our heads and do that. Now, inside of this bonus bundle, I have 11 badass women who are the experts in their game that gave freely a resource to help you get started, to help you get unstuck, to help you plant some seeds about some things that you're being thinking about, to give you a little bit more information and education on the thing. So can you tell us, Saidah, what is the amazing freebie that you gave us inside of this bundle, babe?
Yeah, absolutely. So my freebie is called the Business Outline Workbook. So what I was finding with talking with clients and talking to potential clients is that a lot of people want to start businesses, which is great, fantastic. We love it. Own your stuff, be an entrepreneur, love it. But there are some things that we need to have in place before we can launch an effective business. And right now, I see a lot of what can I do? What business can I start right now to make me all this money? And that's not how it works. You kind of have to have a passion, at least this much, a little bit of a passion for it. You have to understand the business. You have to set some things up in place. So with this business outline workbook, it really takes you through step by step mapping out a business. What do you want your business to be? Why do you want to start your business? It asks you some really like hard-hitting questions. What is driving you to start this business? Map out your goals for this business. What does this business look like in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years? And then it gives you a checklist of everything you need to have, 14 things you need to have in place before you launch your business. Do you have your website? Do you have your LLC in place? Do you have a payment processor in place? Do you have an email service provider in place? It lists these things that you need to have before you launch your business so that when you launch and when you start talking to customers and clients, you can manage them effectively and grow your business without having to go back and do all the work post launching your business.
So I'm excited because sometimes we don't get something to write in this world of being digital. We don't get things that are like ours that we can like put our notes in and figure it out. And sometimes you got to go back to old school, get a pen and a pad, and you got to write this out. So is this workbook digital or is it can we print it out?
It's digital. You get the digital copy, but you can absolutely print it out. When I do workbooks, I always leave space to write because I'm like you. Sometimes I have to have something tangible and write it out and get that thought from my mind onto a piece of paper. So you can print it out. You can look at the questions and type them up if that's your ministry. If you want to do it like that, you can. Right. But absolutely, you can print it out and write in it, mark it up, print it out as many copies for you as you want. If your friends want one, have them opt in. But it's completely free and it really maps out and really gives you an idea of, okay, this is what I need to do to start this business and I need to put it in place. And it gives you an idea of like how long it's going to take you too. Because once you see the checklist of things that you need to put in place, then you can effectively plan So, oh, I see I need to do this, this, and this. It's going to take me 2 months to do that. Great. I'll launch my business in 2 months.
Right. So what was the reason behind even creating this freebie? Like what prompted you to say, okay, people in the streets need this, and I got the goods, so let me give it to them. What was your reason
Yeah.
behind it?
I kept hearing and kept seeing a lot of business owners after they've launched their business kind of have to go back and do the guesswork. Oh, I have clients coming in, but I don't know how to communicate with them. How can I like put this system together to communicate with my clients where I don't have to email them one by one? You need an email service provider. Oh, where can I send my clients to get this free download or to get this product? You need a landing page. Oh, how can I accept these payments that is not Cash App, that's not Venmo, that's actually going to track things for tax purposes? You need a payment processor. So it's all these things. So I was like, I was seeing these entrepreneurs. Oh, I launched my business 3 months ago, but I'm having trouble doing this because you didn't lay out the framework. You got excited, in which I want you to be excited about entrepreneurship. I don't want you to think that it's super like stuffy and corporate. It's really a freeing thing. It's an amazing journey. You learn so much about the world, so much about yourself, being an entrepreneur. But you do have to have the framework in order to be sustainable. You have to lay out some groundwork in order to effectively run the business and grow. And I was like, it's easy. You need to just have this. Here's your list. Just do this stuff before you launch, and you won't have to struggle or feel like, oh, this business didn't work for me. I didn't get any sales. You didn't have this stuff in place. Put this stuff in place and you'll be good.
And so this is also good, as you were talking, for those that have already launched their business, but they're stuck or they're struggling, because we all do it. And there's no shame in saying, oh my God, I started my business, but I didn't have a business plan, or I didn't have a framework. Like, I don't know if you need, like, and this is the word of Paula. Okay. So let me preface this. Okay. This is the word of Paula. I don't know if we need to get into the weeds of a business plan, but we definitely need to etch out the business needs.
Absolutely.
What do we need inside of our business in order for us to grow and to generate revenue? That's all we care about. And
Absolutely.
Women are so powerful. We're so creative that, of course, most of us launched our business without a plan, because we started doing some stuff and people said, oh, I want that thing you doing. And you said, oh, okay, well, let me put a price on it. And they bought it.
You're going to give me this money and we're going to figure it out.
And now you're in business, right? So that's how businesses are birthed. So there's no shame in not having the whole plan. And now you've got the whole workbook, because Saidah has gifted it to you to make sure that you're crystal clear on maybe some things you didn't even think that you knew you needed.
And I don't even have business plan on the list. Like, while you were talking, I was like, let me pull up the list so I can read some things off. But it gives you the full checklist and it explains why you need each one of these. So it's like a domain name, your social media pages, your LLC, your EIN number, so you can do tax stuff, a sales process, a business bank account. Like, it gives you these things that said, one of them is a 3-month plan. You don't have to have a full business plan. You don't have to have the year plan or 5-year plan. What are you going to do in the first 3 months of your business? How are you going to interact with your customers? How are you going to target? How are you going to market? What products or services are you offering? Because a lot of us start businesses and we're like, I don't know what I'm going to sell. I'm just going to start this business. It's going to be cute. I might sell some lashes. I might sell some lip gloss. I might do this. We got to have a plan. You can always scale. That's the beauty of businesses. You can always scale, but start small and start with the plan. Like the lip bar in Detroit. And I'm a Detroit girl, so I'm always going to rep. But the lip bar in Detroit started off as a lipstick business. That's all they sold was lipstick. They focused on one product, one thing, and they just sold lipstick. Now they have foundations, mascara, all types of makeup, face kits, and everything. But they started with one thing, focused on the one thing. And then when they were ready to grow and scale, they did it that way. So start small, focus in, hunker down, and then you can scale your business.
I like that because when you were talking, it made me think about like my own journey. Um, because when I first started, and I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I think inside in the comments of the video, you'll see a link for Paula's web. I've been making Paula's web since I was in college, like 89, 90. Okay. Yes, that's how long it's been since I've been in college. 18, 19 years old was when I started like putting together Paula's whip for my own personal hair because I had locks and I was locking at the time. But it wasn't until like 5 years ago I started actually like selling it because everybody kept saying, "Can you make it? Can you make it?" Because for years, everyone was like, "You smell good. You smell good. Oh, your skin feels good." You know? So I started making it. And again, that's my story. I just put a price on it. Well, no. The first thing I said was just buy the materials and I'll just make it for you. I wasn't even trying to grow a business. That was not in my brain. Like it didn't even enter my psyche. So the trajectory of me like doing something for decades and then it becoming a business, and everyone's like, "Oh, are you going to do this? And are you going to do that?" And I was like, "No, I'm only going to do the butters. The butters is what I've been doing for 20 some years. This is what I'm going to do. I'm only doing the butters. I'm only doing the butters. I'm only doing the butters." And then I kind of grew into like the oils. And then I was like, well, I do want a good scrub. You know what I'm saying? So your business will grow as you grow. But sometimes I feel like some entrepreneurs, they want to do everything all at one time and not test things out to see if it makes sense for their business and for their core audience. How do you feel about that?
Um, it's hard because these last few years with the pandemic and everything that's going on, people are really desperate to make money, and to like expand their livelihood for their families, for themselves. Like I even have a little bit of that desperation because these years have definitely been up and down roller coaster for myself. But we still have to take it slow and take everything in strides. Everyone is looking for the get rich quick scheme. There are tons of business experts who are like, "Oh, you can make 6 figures in 3 months. Oh, I did this and I made $1 million in 24 hours." And people are like, "Oh my gosh, like I want $1 million in 24 hours," not realizing that that's either a fluke or a scam, or they have put so much work at the back end, and all you're seeing is that 24-hour sale that they did, that they made $1 million, but you didn't see the 15 failed launches. You didn't see the let me sell this for $2 and only make $2. You didn't see the years and years and years that it got to, oh, I can make $1 million in 24 hours. You just see that and you're like, oh, I'm gonna start my business and I can do that too. And then we have these unrealistic expectations about what business is and how business works. And not saying that you can't make a big amount of money in a short amount of time. There are people who are doing it. There are people who find the right product at the right time, who can just, oh, I've made it, like that thing that's in demand that's going to get people excited. Some people do that. So sometimes it is a fluke like that. But I want people who are starting businesses, who are in business, to realize that it's a sprint, not a marathon. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You got to take the time. I've been in business. I'm a serial entrepreneur too. So I have been doing business since I want to say like 12, 13, 14. I've had like little side businesses in high school, but like I was like full-time entrepreneur since I was like 17, 18. And I've had multiple businesses and multiple entities, and the Creatress Co. business as a whole, I'm going on my 4th year in business. And I'm gonna be completely transparent. I'm not at 6 figures. My business is not making 6 figures yet. My clientele is small. Is there, but it's small. It was at 0, but now I have some clients, but it's a slow growing thing. And because I have systems in place, because I took time to make the plan, because I know where the business is growing, because I know who I want to target, because I know why I started the business and what the passion behind the business is and the purpose behind the business is, I can keep going year after year after year, even if I don't hit the goals that I make for that year, even if I launch a product or a service and it flops, even if one person shows up to a webinar, I can say, all right, that's one more person that's in the loop. We got this. Let's keep going. Let's keep pushing because I have a plan. I have the foundation. I know my why. And I know that business is a slow burn. It's not something that's going to magically make me $1 million in 24 hours. It would be great. It would be wonderful, but that's not realistic expectations. So I think managing our expectations will help us keep the fight going to get to the success levels that we want.
Absolutely. You said a whole lot because no, because I think people need to understand that you have to test things out, right? So, yeah, you do have to see what sticks. You do have to see like what's working in your business. Doing
Mhm.
everything at the same time without a plan doesn't work, which is why the workbook that you're giving us in terms of how to start that business is so pivotal because it gives you the plan, and it gives you the plan whether you have a digital product, whether you are a service provider, whether you have a physical product. A business
Mhm.
is a business is a business. The
Yep.
way that I market my Paula's Whip is the same way I market my coaching programs for the Ebony Biz Diva. Getting people's attention, capturing people's attention, stopping the scroll, telling people what you can do for them to affect change in their lives. It's the
Mhm.
same whether it's a body butter or whether I'm teaching you how to show up and grab more clients on Pinterest.
Yeah.
It's the exact same formula. It's just that the product is different. So you have to have the system, and you're giving us that system. But yeah, it is the pandemic. And so another thing that I hear a lot is that you got to focus on one thing. And you just said that people are hungry to make changes in their lives,
Mhm.
whatever the reason during the pandemic. I know myself, I quit my job in November, like
Yeah.
was proud, had been planning that joint for like 5 years and finally stepped out.
We out.
It. But everything that I envisioned doing, I was doing prior to. And
Mhm.
I had to set myself up to be able to make that walk because now I don't have that safety net of that job, right? So people are trying to figure it out. And so again, women are powerful beings. We are creative creatures. We can make things out of nothing,
Yeah.
right? And we can make it fabulous, and everybody wants a little piece of that, right? Because our first business is our homes, maintaining our homes,
Yeah.
maintaining our families. That's your business 101, right? So if you can do that and juggle that, whether you're single or whether you have a whole household with kids and a partner, then definitely handling a business is easy. Okay, this is a cakewalk. But also understanding that working with you now and getting to know you now
Yeah.
is very different than it was when you first started.
Yeah.
There's an evolution that happens when we first start because we feel like, oh, this is what we want to do in our business. And
Mhm.
then sometimes it shifts and it changes. It did for me. Did it change and shift for you at all?
Absolutely. My business has gone through 3 major evolutions. I started out as SM Media Enterprise, totally different name, totally different like focus. I was focused purely on social media marketing. I wanted to do social media marketing for entrepreneurs. I was trying to reach everybody, men, women, Black, white, Asian, everybody. Small business, big business. I was like, I'm gonna do it all. Couldn't do it all. Realized I couldn't do it all. Realized that I did not have a target audience. Realized that I did not have a real plan. Um, so I really sat down and said, why do you want to do this? What is your goal for starting your business? Is it just to make money? Because if that's the case, you can just get some products and sell it and just flip it that way and make money that way. What is the real reason why you wanted to start this? Oh, you love marketing. You want to help people. You really like serving others and giving your expertise and sharing that. Great. Let's see who we really want to focus on. Do you really want to work with men and women, Black and white? No, let's focus on women of color, because I really want to talk to people who understand what I'm going through and who I am. Boom. That was the first evolution of the niche down. I changed SM Media Enterprise to the Creatress universe, and I started focusing on women of color who worked in the media industry, podcasters, filmmakers, et cetera, et cetera. And then as I started working with that group and really getting into the groove and really meeting people in the industry and interacting with clients and figuring out what the true need was and where the true lack of community was, I niched down again. So now Creatress Co. focuses purely on serving Black women. Not saying that if a one-off client who's not a Black woman comes along, we won't help them or serve them, but my target, who I talk to, who I cater my products and services to, who I keep space open for, Black women entrepreneurs who are looking to grow their business. And I had to go through the process of starting that business 3-4 years ago and trying to serve everybody and seeing like, I'm hitting the wall. This is not working. I keep hitting this wall. Let me figure out what's not working, and let me figure out what is working. Let me figure out what I'm passionate about and what I'm not passionate about. What brings me joy in working this business? If I'm going to be in this business 24/7, because that's what our minds are in our business 24/7. I need to have a business that brings me some sense of joy. If this is going to be my life, if I'm going to walk this out, if I'm going to wake up every day, roll out of bed and sit at a desk and try and focus and be productive, I need to do something that I'm excited about, something that I'm passionate about. So let me figure out what that was. And that's how the evolution grows, and it continues to grow. I'm going back and forth. Like, I stripped out some products and I'm like, why did you strip that out? You need to bring that back because this is in line with your purpose. I took away some events and I'm like, why did you take that away? Bring that back. Come back to your purpose and align that. Oh, you're doing too much again. Let's take that away. So it's an ever growing evolution. It's forever growing, forever evolving. Businesses are not cut and dry. It's not something that is just like a stagnant thing, like, oh, this is my business. It's always going to change as you change, as your audience changes, as the world changes, as the economy changes. It's going to change and evolve. But having that foundation, especially knowing like your why and what you want to accomplish with your business, that's the driving force that'll keep you somewhat on the path. The path is like this, but it'll keep you on the path a little bit.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that, because I feel like we put a lot of pressure, especially being women. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be perfect. It has to be perfect, right? And so, especially Black women, it has to be perfect the first time. We're not going to get a second chance, but we're creators.
Yeah.
We can create all the chances in the world that we need, because we're constantly creating. So it's a lot of pressure that we put on ourselves, which sometimes keeps people stuck. People don't want to, women don't want to step out and do the thing that they've been called to do, because it's not going to be perfect. And until I know it's going to be perfect, I'm not going to step out and do it. So the fact that you were very transparent just now and said, hey, I just changed my company 3 times.
In like 3 years.
In 3 years.
In the last 3 years. Like,
yeah. But is it changing your company, or is it testing out the things that you want to do?
It's a little bit of both. I didn't know that I was testing when things were being tested. And I'm a strong believer that God showed you where you're supposed to be. And even if you have an idea and you start it in a certain way, you're like, this is what it is. This is what it's supposed to be. If it's not what the path is, like, things will happen that will push you towards where you're supposed to be. So there was a little bit of testing. I'm always testing, like, and people who are rocking with Creatress Code, who follow me, you always know I say always test, because you need to try out things and see what works and what doesn't work. But with my journey in terms of like shifting the business and growing the business, it was a test that I didn't even know was a test. Like things were being tested and I had no idea that they were being tested. I just listened to my spirit. I listened to God and said, all right, do I need to shift? All right, let's shift. Is it time to change? Let's move this way. You got this opportunity to grow in this way. Let's go this way. And then it kind of just fell into divine order. So and I'm glad you said like we try and like hold on to like that perfectionism and like, oh, it has to be perfect before we can launch. It's not going to ever be perfect. And if you just step out on the faith and launch it the way that you feel, you'll get pushed in the direction towards perfection. Like you can't make it perfect. You have to start down the road in order to get knocked and molded into the place that it's supposed to be. And it'll 9 times out of 10 be something that you had no idea that it was going to evolve into. And it'll be 10 times better than any idea that you had in your mind. You're like, oh my God, like I never expected this business to turn into this, but it would not have never turned into it if you didn't start. It won't turn into what it needs to be if you don't start. So just get the freebie, get your foundation and start your business.
Get the freebie. So if you are watching this live on YouTube, the freebie link is in the description. It is bit.ly/mic drop series. And if you're inside the listening lounge, inside a Clubhouse, it is the link above our heads. Definitely come in. Now we've got Holly in the listening lounge. And Holly, if you have a question about content creation for your business or anything that we've talked about, definitely raise your hand and come up on stage. We definitely want to give you the opportunity to ask any questions while you've got the expert, the Creatress.
And I'm going to shout out Holly because that's my mama.
Hey, mama,
that's my mama.
And this is also the thing. You got to have a tribe of people that surround you. Hey, Leah, thanks for jumping in. If you have any questions, Leah, she's inside of our YouTube community. Definitely let us know. Type them in the comments. But I was talking about that tribe because I'm big on tribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm big on making sure that you have people that are supporting you, even when you don't know how to support yourself, that are cheering you on, even when you can't cheer yourself on, that are speaking about you when you are not in the room to speak for yourself.
Absolutely.
That is powerful, okay?
Absolutely.
Yes, and that is a tribe that you need, but that may not look like what you think it should look like. And I say this a lot. Your family, your friends in them,
let them know.
They may not. And it's okay.
It's okay.
How many billion people? It's 7 billion people in the world.
I tell my clients this all the time because I see every day, like people will make the statuses on like Facebook and stuff like, my family won't even share my posts and I put this up and they won't even support me. They're not your target audience. If you started your business for women who are 23 to 25 who need to learn how to grow their hair so that they can become models, then your uncle, your daddy, and them are not your target audience and they're not going to buy your products.
Yeah, leave Pookie alone. Leave Pookie alone.
It's okay. It's okay. Yes, it's wonderful when our family supports us. Yes, it's wonderful when they say, like, look at what my baby is doing and look. But 9 times out of 10, when they're promoting your stuff to their friends are not your target audience.
Right.
They're just really bragging on you, which is fine. Brag on me. But unless you are like, I'm not going to stress because you talking to your friends and your poker table and all of them, they're not going to buy from me. So you can brag on me all you want, but let me spend my time and my energy talking to the people who I want to purchase from me, talking to the people who I want to work with. My mama gives me a shout out all the time. Shout out to my mom. She's the best supporter.
Hey, Mama.
But if she didn't, it's okay. Like, and it's so funny because my mom is kind of like my mini like client on the side. Like she's always calling me like, let me ask you about this content stuff, which is rare. Which is rare. Like your mom is probably not gonna ask you about your business and let me get this advice and stuff. but it's okay. Your target audience is out there. There are
Right.
plenty of people in the world. If your family supports you, that's a cherry on top. But if not, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think your family is supposed to love you.
Yeah.
Your family is supposed to love you, and please understand you will need that love and that support. That has nothing to do with your business at all, because you have to move outside of those silos of your business to just be
Mm-hmm.
who you are. And if your family does support you, then that's amazing as well. So yeah, I wanted to ask, I'm just looking. Leah says, no questions. I'm a crafter turned business owner. I need these freebies. I already looked at all of them really quickly. 100% gems. Thank you, Leah. Yeah, because this is the thing. We're talking to authors. Okay. My
Mm-hmm.
best friend since the third grade is in this mic drop series. She's a ghostwriter. She's written for some people you know, but she can't tell you. you know, you
We
know
not
what
gonna
I'm
break the
saying?
agreements. No getting sued out here.
Yeah.
We got you,
We
girl.
we got people that are teaching, talking about their membership programs and how they started a membership program with zero,
Mm-hmm.
right? And how they are having residual incomes. So everybody here has like that thing that they do. So today we're talking with Saidah, and Saidah is the creatress, and she is talking about content creation, because that's what her business is about right now. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, she already told you she changed the business 3 times. And you better get this freebie before she changes it up again, because she's the creatress. She got a lot of stuff to create. Okay, she got a lot
Look.
of lives to affect. So you better get this freebie inside of this freebie, okay? So let's talk about creating content and what it is that you do now with creating content. Like, what's your jam? How are you slaying problems in these internet streets for us entrepreneurs with this
Yeah.
content creation?
So I have learned with the evolution of the business is that we're in this digital age. We have to be on social media. We don't want to be what we have to be. Like, that's where businesses are thriving. That's where you can find your audience. You have to be on social media. But a lot of time, especially for new business owners or people who are not that tech savvy, there are not a lot of tech savvy people out here. It just happens. It's like, okay, I can consume content. I might be able to throw a quick little video up because I just took a little video of my dog or my kid or something, so I can throw that up. But when it comes to making content for a business, and when it comes to creating clear content that is effective in telling your audience what you are doing and how you can help them, content that brings your audience in, it's hard. People don't know how to do it. And that's what I was finding is that, oh, I want to start a podcast for my business, but I don't know how to do that. Oh, I want to make reels or TikToks for my business, but I don't know the mechanics behind how to do it. I have ideas about what I want to do. I can think about how I want it to look, but I can't do the mechanics. I need a graphic. I need a flyer to make my stuff look pretty, but I don't physically know how to do it. So that's where I come in. I am dedicated and I am passionate about teaching entrepreneurs how to create the content, especially those who are just starting or who are in their business for maybe like the first 3 to 5 years, who you're not at the point where you can hire someone to do it, because we would all love to outsource. I'm a content coach and content creator, and I would still love to outsource my content creation because it's just that much of a time thing. But we don't always have the revenue to outsource just yet. We're not at that point in our business, and we still have to do it ourselves. So my goal is to teach you how to create it, one, and then also how to create it effectively, how to streamline your creation processes, how to plan before you create so that you don't spend every day like, oh crap, I didn't post a reel today. What am I going to do? And let me spend 4 hours making a reel when I could have had all my reels done for 3 weeks. And now I'm spending this 4 hours meeting with 4 clients. So my goal is really to teach how to actually make the content, like step by step, this is how you do it, but then also teach how to do it effectively so that you can get back the time for your business and do what you need to do to grow the business. Content creation is important, marketing is important, but that's just a fraction, especially if, like, say you're a coach. Marketing and content creation should be this much. You have to actually coach to make the money. So if you're spending all your time making your content and you're not coaching, you're not making your money, your business is not growing. So that's what I do. That is
Yes.
what I do.
Yeah. So in terms of where, and I asked this a little bit earlier, but I want to go a little deeper
Yeah.
because you started in one place when you first started creating content, and now you're in a different journey. And I just want people to understand what, like, this freebie that you gave us. If y'all don't get this freebie, because this, let me show y'all what it really looked like to work with her on some content creation. Okay. And that's her bottom number. That's
That is a lower cost option.
that's her baseline number. That's her baseline without getting into the weeds about what is going on with you. So yeah, this right here is what it looks like to work with her. So to jump in and grab her free workbook where she's helping you to understand how to put together your business, where to start. That's super important. And the reason why is because you don't even know what kind of content you need to create unless you get your business together.
That part. That is the part.
So now you doing content that ain't even the right type of content, that's not attracting the right people, because you just want to throw something up there to be like the Joneses on the gram. And you're not realizing that likes are not, do not equate to dollars that make sense.
Nope.
And my coach, Dr. Saidah Murphy, okay? Dr. Saidah Murphy always says it doesn't have to be perfect to be paid, to get paid.
No, it doesn't.
She said that one time, honey. She said that one time in a training, and I said, really? I said, really?
Like, you sure? Are you sure?
Are you sure? Because I got a lot of stuff I can throw on the wall that ain't perfect. And guess what? I got paid.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned how to really test it out and really stroke it and really massage it, right? And so I want to make sure that people understand, they walk away from this interview understanding content does not have to be difficult. There are people that will do it for you or teach you how to do it.
Yeah.
Saidah can do each of those things.
I can.
But also grab the workbook that she's given. She's dropping a huge gift because you may need to redefine what your business looks like.
Yeah.
And this workbook is going to help you figure out what is it that you really desire your business to be? How do you want to really affect change in the world, right? What worked before? What do you want to test out and try now? What didn't work? What can you, if you could blink and be totally inside the business of your dreams, what would it look like? This workbook she's giving you is giving you an opportunity to shape this thing like clay. And so if you don't get it, you're missing an opportunity to give yourself and your business the grace it needs to grow into what you envision it to be.
Absolutely.
And then she can do the content for you. She can do the content.
You definitely have to have the plan for sure. So, and that's why this is a freebie. Like, this is a freebie for the Mic Drop series, but it's also a freebie just for my business in general, because before you come to me, before we start working out content strategy, before I start teaching you how to make reels or do a podcast or do a YouTube channel, we have to actually know what we're offering and what we're selling and who we're marketing to and where your position is, what kind of business you want to have, what kind of personality you want your business to have, like what is the driving factor. That target audience, again, is so important. So this is why this offer is free, because before we get to the strategy part, before you start making your content, before you map out how you're going to interact with your audience and what you're going to show them, you have to know what you're offering them, and you have to know what your business is. And then you also have to have things in place to manage the demand. You have to have your email service provider in place. You have to have your sales process and your payment processor in place, because once you start saying, hey, I can do this for you, or I have this product for you, or this is what I'm going to do, this is what my business is, you need ways for people to contact you and give you the money. You can't say, hey, I'm doing this for this money, and then don't have a way for people to give you the money. This is why your business foundation is so important. So go ahead and grab that freebie, and all the other freebies too, because it's a package deal. It's not just mine. Like, you'll get mine, and mine is great, but all of the freebies together, can't even put a price on that one.
I know that's right, girl. You better shout your freebie out. Look, I didn't even put a freebie in there for me, for myself. I just wanted you all to get all the love and the light, because there's so much talent and so many resources. And the best way to be coached by someone is through someone that's walked through the fire, walked over the cracked glass, right?
Yeah.
They can tell you where not to step. They can tell you where not to go, and they can tell you what absolutely to do. So you really want to make sure that you are giving yourself every opportunity to get this bonus freebie, which has 11 freebies inside. Is one huge magnificent freebie, right? And so the reason why you want that is because, again, it starts to stimulate the brain matter. You may get a freebie that says, I never thought of that. I listen to workshops all the time, and the workshops are talking about things I never even thought about. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to put that on my list. So, and speaking of lists, the Mic Drop series was actually on my list last year, but I didn't think about it until March. I said, okay.
That's how it happens. And it was supposed to happen that way, so that you could have a year to bring this idea to fruition, because now it's amazing. I'm in the group with the lineup, and y'all, I'm tuning in every single session. Like, I am ready. Okay.
I am so excited, because the thing is that I just put it in my box. And I put it in my box. I have a list of things that I want to do. It's on the back of my planner. And I'm a Capricorn. So if y'all don't know, I'm a Capricorn. I'm type A. I'm real anal. So I got to write things out. I went through 5 planners this year until I got the one that I really wanted, because I need to look at my schedule a certain way, and I need to be able to go back. And I put it on my planner. And when I outlined my 2022, it included this series. And I gave myself the timeline to be able to reach out and to do things. And I'm learning across this platform. Like, along the way, I'm learning what I should have done or what I need to do, but I am walking through it with each and every one of these amazing experts who are phenomenal. Now, I will say that I beta tested Saidah's content creation. She gives you so much.
Yeah.
Gives you too damn much. I'm telling you that right now. So definitely click the link inside of the description. Connect with her. You got her freebie. You're gonna hear from her. Listen, she's gonna drop more gems in those emails. I just got an email from her today. I said, okay, girl, we
get emails over here.
She's gonna give you all the deets on the content, but she gives you so much. And it's not a bad thing. It's because women are nurturers by nature. We want you to win in whatever the thing is. If we know it, we want you to know it. If we got it, we want to share it with you. And so we want you to be bold enough, fearless enough to pick it up.
Yeah,
that's all.
Absolutely. And I tell people all the time, like, yes, I would love my business to make 7, 8 figures. Yes, I want to be on a yacht. Yes, I want to do all of that. But that is not my goal. That is not like the fourth thing in the front of my mind. Like, I'm in the business to serve. I'm in the business to help. I'm in the business to see my clients and whoever interacts with the business win. I don't care if I don't go viral, but if you took some tips and you went viral with your content because you listen to me, I'm right here like this. Yes, because I want to see everyone win. Like, I'm not in the business for like, you learned this from me and say my name and shout me out. I don't care. I will be in the background 100%. If I can help 100 women grow their businesses and be the stars that they are and tell their stories authentically and show up as their true selves in their content, I'm sitting back sipping on my tea, winning. Like, that's a win for me. So when you get the freebies from me, from all these other women, when you listen to the things that we're going to drop in these interviews, when you get emails from us because you signed up for the freebies and you get all these gems, like, yeah, we're giving away a lot for free, but that's because, like Paula said, we want to see you win. Like, right. My goal is to help you. My goal is to serve you. I'm not here to pat myself on the back and say, oh, I got this client and this client did this for me. It's not about me. It's about you. I'm in the business of serving. And I will show you this too, because in the freebie, I think I have it in the freebie too. Nope, it's not in this one, but it's in another one. But when I'm having people map out like their brand story, one of the statements, I have you do 3 statements for your brand development. One of the statements is a service statement, and that's your target audience, your ideal customer. But we don't call them ideal customers here in the Create Yourself Crow. We call them who we are going to serve. Like, we're coming to our businesses with a heart of service. We are coming to it like, how can I serve you? How can I help you? How can I use my God-given talents, my God-given gifts to help you be a better person? So, like Paula was saying, we want to see you all win. Like, that is the goal. Like, I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys to get the freebies. I'm excited for you guys to hear the rest of the series. I'm excited for you guys to interact with Paula after this, because she's like pumping us up, but Paula is the real deal too, you guys. Like, don't just listen to us, listen to her too, because she's amazing. I wouldn't have said yes if she was not. So I'm here to support her because I'm 100% in your corner. Like, I'm like this all the time.
Because that's our tribe. That's how we roll. When you move, I move.
Just like that, okay?
Just like that. Yeah, because we're gonna get money together. So listen, I want to say a huge thank you to being the first in the series. And I said, this was our first, so maybe it'll be an annual thing. I don't know, but I definitely want to say that you are the first, and I just want to thank you for showing up and being so positive. And my spirit is heavy, y'all. Like, I'm heavy. Like, I'm super serious sometimes, and I'm heavy. And Saidah is never heavy. She's always like this. So every time we connect,
have some fun with it.
Yes, I'm heavy, and she's like this all the time. So she pulls it out in me. But this is the thing I want us to walk away with. I want you to understand that as women, we are always constantly moving and evolving. We are never staying the same. We are shapeshifters. We kind of move with the flow. We become what we need to become. And your creativity, your energy, your flow will do the exact same thing. I'm excited for all of the amazing businesses that you are going to create in 2022. I'm excited for the way your existing business is going to shift in your own journey in 2022. I'm excited about how your business is going to look different after you fill out the workbook planner that Saidah has dropped inside of our bonus bundle. I'm excited about all of those things for you. Do you have anything you want to leave with the people?
Just keep creating, keep pushing. Especially as entrepreneurs, it's easy for us to be like, I'm out, I'm done with it. Like, I have my moments. I'm going to be 100% transparent. I have my moments maybe every 1 or 2 weeks where I'm on Indeed, like, I'm over it. Like, let me just give me a 9 to 5 because that's easy money. But I wouldn't have gotten this far if it was easy, because easy stuff is easy just to like, oh, that's too easy, I'm not even gonna pay attention to it. I wouldn't care about my business as much as I would if it was easy. I wouldn't pour as much into it if it was easy. And it wouldn't have been given to me. If it wasn't supposed to be mine, it wouldn't have been given to me. So I take that very seriously. I take the skills and the connections and the talent that God has given me very seriously. And I'm just here to foster it. And I want to encourage you guys to do that too, because everyone has a story, everyone has a talent, everyone has something in them that they're supposed to birth, that they're supposed to show the world and share with the world. So keep pushing, keep fighting for that, because there are people and things in society who are trying to take that away from you, who are trying to deter you from creating what you're meant to create. But keep pushing for it, keep fighting for it, keep supporting and uplifting other women who are doing the same thing. We have to uplift and support other women who are doing the same things, because we cannot do this alone. We can't. We have to band together and find that tribe, like Paula was talking about, find that tribe and support each other, and just stay beautiful, stay safe. Like, stay safe. The world is crazy. We still got COVID. We got the stuff going on with Ukraine and stuff. Just stay safe, stay positive, love on yourself, take care of yourself, and tune in for the next one. Tune in for the next one.
I love it. And the next one is tomorrow with Demisha Samuel. She is a LinkedIn queen, but I don't think we're talking about LinkedIn. I'm going to pull it out of her because she has shifted again in her business, and she's always done this on the side, but she never talked about it. She's an event queen as well. So she is, if you're planning an event like the event that we're having here, the Mic Drop series, she's really good at helping you with the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s. She has a lead magnet that is inside of the bonus that walks you through the checklist of things you need to know if you are thinking about planning an event. And I know that there are some events in your spirit that you want to get out. So you definitely want to grab that checklist along with the workbook that Saidah has dropped. And earlier, Saidah mentioned that, she wished she was going on yachts and doing all those things. Well, baby, we're going on yachts this summer in Puerto Rico with the Mind Body Business Reset Retreat, which is where we will be in the month of July. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out the comments. The link in the description. And I'm going to leave you with some Puerto Rico vibes, honey, because last summer I was in Puerto Rico, and baby, we are going to turn all the way up this summer in Puerto Rico. It is going to be amazing. Thank you. Peace out.
You.